How many blunts do you smoke in a day?
I smoke 2 ounces. I smoke ounces. Like 2 ounces a day.
But if you had to put it in a ratio of blunts, like see how I brought 4 blunts out here and we smoked one, and then I'm smoking another, that's 2.
So look. Look. An ounce of me in blunts is like a whole pack of wood, so that's 5 blunts.
You smoke a whole fucking ounce with 5 blunts?
If I had my assistant here, he's supposed to came here. If I had him, he'd be able to show you right now.
Slow down, brother. You could get 10 out of that, man.
But I had 2 ounces.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Chief Keef. Peace, my brother. Yo, my condolences to Fredro.
Huh?
To you and your family and your people.
His name Fredo, bro.
Yo, that's what I said.
His name ain't Fredro, it's Fredo, bro.
I pronounced it wrong. I apologize.
Thank you, though, bro.
Nah, for real. I do apologize for pronouncing it wrong.
Thank you,
How you though, family?
Huh?
How's you?
I'm all good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
Go ahead, bro.
Thank you, my.
First of all, let's be clear. Chief Keef is only 16, so don't be in it. Oh, you're not? Why does everybody say you're only 16 years old?
They say what they want to say.
How old are you?
300.
What up? Who's winning, Warriors or Celtics? Hey.
So what makes Chief Keef happy?
I like to be alone.
Just kind of time to reflect.
I be playing Need for Speed, man, Unbound, man.
Need for Speed.
Yeah, I like to race.
Do you, okay, so you're from O Block?
Yeah.
Like right there?
Straight, yeah, that's what it's called. 64th King Drive, 64th, 65th. It started really on 63rd.
Right.
That whole area, Parkway Gardens, is complex.
Do you remember when Keef came out? Was that like a huge changing point for the neighborhood and for Chicago as a whole?
We was yeah. Yeah, Chicago as a whole, but really for us, because, you know, he from my block, so shit, you know how that shit go. But I was in jail.
Oh, okay.
So I was out first when we started rapping, he started going crazy. So you know, the shit been raw to us and shit, but now everybody get to listen to it. Now I'm in jail. They call me like, man, folks on the radio and shit now, folks going crazy. Like, he taking off with the shit. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know? But I'm in jail. I'm thinking about jail shit. We still young. We still gang banging. It's 2011, 2012.
Right.
So I get out, I talk to him and shit. He on the radio and shit. He tell me on the radio, but he was on house arrest. When I get out, I was only out for like 8 months. I get back locked up.
Damn.
But that shit changed. Yeah, that shit, nah, you know.
For more than a decade, there was one rule everyone in Chicago drill understood. Once you make it out, you don't come back. Not to flex, not to prove a point, not to remind the streets who you are, because the city has a long memory. And in drill culture, history has a dangerous way of repeating itself. But in February 2026, a clip hit Instagram that instantly set the internet on fire. Standing on a South Side block was Tato, cousin of Chief Keef and longtime member of Glow Gang. He looked directly into the camera, adjusted his hat, and started showing off the ice. 4 watches, multiple chains, heavy jewelry hanging from his neck. Then came the line that spread across every drill page in hours. I got 4 watches, 4 chains, play with me, you gonna DDE. It wasn't just a flex. It was a message. Because Tato wasn't saying he might visit Chicago. He said he was back. And for a lot of people watching, that word alone brought back a story the drill world never forgot. Because the last time a Chief Keef cousin returned to Chicago showing off success, he didn't make it through the night. The video spread fast. Within hours, it was everywhere. Instagram reels, hip-hop pages, repost accounts, and X threads. Fans clipped the footage, added captions, and started debating what it meant. In the clip, Tato didn't sound cautious. He sounded energized. He talked about Glow Gang being active again in the city, about popping out after years away, about what happens to anyone who tries to test them. Some versions of the clip even included a direct message aimed toward rival sets tied to the South Side. And in Chicago drill culture, words like that aren't taken lightly. Supporters loved it. They said the energy felt like the early days of drill. Raw, aggressive, fearless. The same energy that made Chief Keef famous in the first place. But critics saw something else entirely. They called it reckless, because Chicago isn't the same city it was when drill first exploded. The violence never really slowed down. And when someone shows up announcing their presence with jewelry and threats, people start thinking about what usually happens next. That's when the comparisons started flooding the comments. One name kept appearing over and over again: Blood Money. And if you know that story, you understand why Tato's return made people uneasy. Before the tragedy, Mario Hess looked like one of the few people from the neighborhood who had actually made it out. Known as Blood Money, he was the older cousin of Chief Keef and one of the original figures behind Glow Gang. While Chief Keef was the young face of drill music, Blood Money played a different role. He was older, more experienced, and acted like a guide for many of the younger artists around him. By 2013, the music was starting to pay off. He appeared on Glow Gang projects, collaborated with Keef on songs like Rehab, and started getting real attention from the industry. Then, something huge happened. Blood Money signed a deal with Interscope Records. The deal came with a $50,000 advance. For someone coming out of West Englewood, that kind of money represented something bigger than just a record contract. It meant a real chance to leave the streets behind. People around him were already making plans to move him out of Chicago permanently. The idea was simple. Take the deal, pack up, start a new life somewhere else. And for a moment, it looked like everything was lining up perfectly. But then Blood Money did something a lot of people from the neighborhood understand. He went home. In April 2014, Blood Money returned to Chicago. It wasn't for business, it wasn't for music. He came back to celebrate family birthdays and spend time with relatives. After years in the neighborhood, those blocks still felt like home. But success can change how people look at you. Blood Money had been posting online, showing the deal, showing the progress, showing that the music was real. In a place where many people are struggling just to survive, that kind of visibility can attract the wrong attention. On the night of April 9th, he was standing outside a family home near West Englewood. Then, everything went sideways. 2 gunmen reportedly approached and opened fire, sending a storm of bullets into the street. Dozens of shots rang out in seconds. Blood Money was struck multiple times and collapsed on the sidewalk. Another relative was hit but survived after emergency surgery. When police arrived, shell casings covered the pavement. Blood Money was rushed to the hospital, but he didn't make it. He was just 30 years old. No arrests were ever made. The case went cold. And in Chicago's drill world, the story became another painful chapter in a long list of losses. But for Chief Keef, it meant something even bigger, because Blood Money wasn't just a friend. He was family. The news hit Chief Keef like a shockwave. Blood Money had been one of the people closest to him, someone he brought into the music business, someone he believed could escape the streets through rap. And now he was gone. Chief Keef attended the funeral under heavy security. But after that, something changed. He made a decision that would define the rest of his career. He was done with Chicago. By that point, he had already started spending time in Los Angeles, but Blood Money's death made the move permanent. He focused on building a life far away from the violence that had surrounded him growing up. In interviews later, Chief Keef explained that leaving Chicago probably saved his life. The environment around him had been too intense, too many rivalries, too many people watching his every move. So he built something new in California: music, business ventures, and a quieter lifestyle away from the blocks that made him famous. And as the years passed, more events only reinforced that decision, because the losses didn't stop. Over time, several people connected to Glow Gang, and the early drill scene lost their lives. One of the earliest was O.D. Perry, a figure from Parkway Gardens whose death in 2011 helped spark many of the tensions that shaped the drill movement. Then came Capo, another close Glow Gang affiliate and rising rapper. In 2015, he was caught in a drive-by shooting on Chicago's South Side and didn't survive. Later, Trey Savage, one of the early members of Chief Keef's circle, also lost his life in a shooting in 2020. Each loss added another name to the list, and each one reminded Chief Keef why he stayed far away. Because the pattern was impossible to ignore. People who stayed close to the streets kept getting pulled back into them. Which makes the situation with Tato feel even more complicated. Because after more than a decade away, he suddenly appeared back in the same environment. For years, Tato had been living mostly in Los Angeles alongside Chief Keef and other Glow Gang affiliates. The West Coast had become their base. Music studios, business moves, and a lifestyle far removed from Chicago's daily chaos. That's why the February 2026 clip shocked so many people. Tato wasn't just visiting quietly, he was on camera talking about popping out, about Glow Gang energy returning to the city, about pushing heat if anyone tried to test them. And he wasn't hiding. The jewelry was visible. The location looked like a South Side neighborhood. The message was loud enough for the entire drill community to hear. Some fans celebrated it as a comeback moment. Others saw it as walking directly into danger, because the situation looked eerily familiar. A Chief Keef cousin, back in Chicago, showing success on camera, the same ingredients that existed the last time something terrible happened. Right now, nobody knows how the story ends. Some people believe the whole situation is just internet hype, a viral moment that will fade once the next headline appears. Others believe the streets don't forget so easily. Chicago drill history is filled with rivalries, old grudges, and names that still carry weight years later. Even when artists leave the city, the stories connected to them remain. That's why fans keep debating Tato's decision. Was it simply a visit, a statement, or something deeper? Because if drill culture has taught the internet anything, it's that real life and rap lyrics are often closer than people realize. And sometimes the past has a way of creeping back into the present. More than a decade ago, Chief Keef left Chicago and built a completely different life somewhere else. Distance gave him time to grow, time to build, and time to avoid the cycle that swallowed so many people around him. But the stories from those early drill years never disappeared. Blood Money's death still echoes through the culture. The losses of friends and affiliates still shape how fans view the city's music scene. Now, with Tato suddenly appearing back in Chicago, those memories are resurfacing again. Maybe it's just a viral clip. Maybe it's nothing more than internet noise. Or maybe it's the beginning of another chapter in a story that drill fans know all too well. Because in a city where the streets remember everything, sometimes the most dangerous move isn't making it out. It's coming back.